Hey guys, welcome back to my channel Unwind and Connect. If you are new here, thank you for joining in. My name is Nidhi and this is my video podcasting channel Unwind and Connect, where we talk about topics like law of attraction, motivation, sciences, life and many more. So, if you are here, thank you for joining in. Today is the fourth episode of our podcast and the topic for today is SWEC. You must be wondering, what is SWEC? SWEC is an acronym which I created which stands for self-worth, self-esteem, self-confidence and self-knowledge. All of these seem the same, right? But no, these can be used interchangeably, but each one of them have different meanings. So let's get into the video and know what it is. The first one is self-worth. Did you think that self-worth and self-esteem are the same things? No. Self-worth is nothing but thinking that you are a worthy person and you deserve all the things in this world. By deserving, I do not only mean by positive things, but sometimes if you are following a negative mentality or you are into depression or in kind of a mental illness, you will also think that you deserve the negative things. That is known as low self-worth. And one is high self-worth, where you think that you deserve everything you are worthy for and you are a very worthy person. The next one is self-esteem. Self-esteem is when someone thinks well about oneself. It can also be said as self-respect. It is about how you perform some things in your life, and self-esteem is based on the abilities you have, the abilities on which you perform in your life. The self-esteem or esteem is actually based on something a person has actually done. For example, if a person is very good in acting or in sports or in politics or in leadership skills, his esteem will be valued on that. It is also about how well you perform something. The higher your performance, the greater your self-esteem will be. But no matter how much self-esteem we receive based on our abilities, we are not always able to accept it or to receive it. To explain this thought, I will give you a small example. Think about a person who is an entrepreneur. He has reached all the goals he had set in his life. He is a role model for many people, a personality many people will follow. He has been recognized all over the world and awarded with many things in life. Every person looks at him as a role model and wants to follow him. But one fine day, you get to know that he has committed suicide. It is a tragic event. But why did he do that? He had all the success in life. He had everything he wanted. But why did he take this negative step? We always think, and we always come across some people who have done this in the life. There comes this thought that we can be showered with esteem based on our abilities, but we are not always able to accept it and to receive it because we do not have a valid sense of self-worth. If you do not have a valid sense of self-worth, you will not be able to feel joy, happiness, sorrow or any kind of feeling in your life. Even if you have all kind of esteems in your life and you are showered with it, if you do not know your self-worth, you will not be able to accept it. They always say that self-worth is the key to a sound mind. If you know well about yourself and you know your worth, you will always have a positive and a sound mind because you will always know what abilities and skills you possess. The next one is self-confidence. Self-confidence is something which is your trust in the abilities and the skills you have. Self-worth was knowing that you deserve something in your life, but self-confidence is you have total trust on what you are doing. Like the abilities and the skills or anything you are doing in your life, you have trust in it that you are doing it correctly. That is self-confidence. That confidence can also be said that it is a skill which needs to be developed. Nobody in this world was born with confidence. It is a skill which you need to develop with time and you need to maintain it, because if you do not have self-confidence, you won't be able to face people and your fears. The best example for self-confidence in my mind is J.K. Rowling. J.K. Rowling is the author of Harry Potter series. she was rejected by 12 publishers before the Harry Potter was accepted. The 13th time she tried it again and her book got accepted. Why did she try the 13th time? Because she was very confident about what she has done. She had total trust that whatever she had written and whatever content she had was something that people will love. And today, Harry Potter is one of the greatest series we have ever watched or read. The next example I can think about is of Henry Ford. He had many business ventures in his life. All of them failed. Neither of them succeeded. But when he tried again and he started his Ford Motors, he became successful. He tried and tried again and again even after the failures because he was confident enough in himself that whatever he was doing, he is right. Many a times in life we face failures. That does not mean that we are wrong. We should just change the way and accept it and move forward and try again harder. The next one is self-knowledge. Self-knowledge in simple words can be said as self-understanding. The understanding of the skills, abilities, beliefs, values and the mental state you have. It is the trust in the beliefs you follow and the values you possess. For example, I believe in being kind to everyone. That is a value which I like to follow. I will always try that I will never be unkind to anyone around me. That is my value and I have a knowledge about it and I have an understanding. This is nothing but self-knowledge. And it is very important that you have self-knowledge because it not only gives you an idea about the abilities and the values you follow, it will also help you to spread positivity towards your friends and to share your beliefs with them. Let's move on to the next segment, which are the areas that hold you back, which lead into low self-esteem. The first one is relationship problems. Nowadays, we see all around us that people have toxic relationships. It does not always mean that a relationship is between a girl and a boy. The relationship can also be with your parents, with your friends, with your colleagues, with anybody who is of importance to you. If you have some kind of problems with them, you can share with them or you can try to resolve it, because sometimes these things lead into the low self-esteem you have. Sometimes the thoughts or their opinions may hurt you. So it is always important that you discuss with them and you sort it out so that you will be able to communicate your feelings better with them. The next one is negative feelings or negative thoughts. Many of us fall into the trap of thinking negatively at least once in our lives. That's why everybody says that we should follow a positive mindset, we should practice positive talks, because negativity is a thing which once inculcated in your mind will take a lot of time to go. It is important that you practice positive talks in your life, because negativity will lead you nowhere. It will create self-doubt and you won't be able to move forward in your life. Negative feelings and negative thoughts provoke the low self-esteem in you and they won't let you do anything in your life. The next one is fear of trying. Many of us are scared of trying new things or trying a new activity in our lives just because we feel that we'll fail at it. It is always okay to fail at something rather than not trying it. You should always try it, and even if you fail, you will get a lesson through it. So you should never be scared of trying anything in your life. Moreover, you should try and explore new things in your life that will not only contribute into your knowledge but also change your mindset. Nowadays, everybody around us try to be perfect in whatever they are doing. It is okay, it is a good thought, but it is not always possible that you be perfect at something. Sometimes imperfections also teach you many things. And not all things are meant to be perfect in life. So if you keep this thought in mind and you work with the thought that this thing will teach me something, you will never run behind perfectionism. The next one is fear of judgment. Everybody is scared about the other's opinion about us. We always think what they will think about us or what people will say about us. But it is none of our business that we think what people think about us. We should always be working towards our goals and our targets. Let people think what they want to. If we get scared of the people's judgment around us, we will go nowhere but we will be stagnant at one place. And that is not what we want in our lives. And the last one is self-harming behavior. Self-harming behavior includes having drugs, consuming alcohol, or having suicidal tendencies. Yes, all of these things may be because of the past experiences the person has or some of the negative things he is experiencing in the present. But it does not mean that you follow those things and let those things influence your life, because you have got only one life in which you have to do a lot of things. Let's move on to the next segment, which are the causes of having low self-esteem. The first one is childhood traumas. It is always said that the childhood phase of a person is the most important one, because in that phase many of the things are inculcated into the minds of children which they take forward throughout their lives. If a person is having bad experiences in his childhood, it is likely that he has got some kind of trauma which he is going to take with him forever in his life. Childhood trauma can also be called as the childhood emotional neglect. This is nothing but getting neglected by their parents or by the friends around. In the childhood days, the children spend most of the times with their parents, and if they feel neglected about the needs which they have, or if they feel neglected due to the younger sibling, this is the thing that they will have in their mind forever, and this will create a trauma in their minds. If a person has a younger sibling and in the childhood days he got neglected by his parents, he may have tendencies of being isolated or being alone in his life. The next one is poor academic background. I believe that not all children are meant to be perfect in the academic background. Some people may be good at sports, some may be good at literature, some may be good at dancing, acting, painting, any kind of art. So it is not necessary that every person scores the best in the school. And due to this, many parents create pressure on their children to score well in the schools. Sometimes they compare them to other kids in the school and tell them that they are so great in the studies and why not you. This creates unnecessary pressure on the minds of children and they may slip into traumas. Parents should support our children's dream and what they like. It is not necessary that he scores well in the academic background, and it is not at all important that you create unnecessary pressure on their minds. Creating a competitive environment in the house is not at all right, because it will gradually contribute into having low self-esteem in the children. It may demotivate them and also disencourage them in whatever their likes and interests are. The third one is ongoing relationship problems. If you are into some kind of a toxic relationship, it is time to move out, because a toxic relationship takes the most out of you. It not only harms your self-esteem, but it also shakens your self-worth and self-confidence. You lose all the self-confidence you have and you feel that you are not worthy enough. If the person is making you feel that you are not worthy enough or is harming you in any kind of way, it is necessary that you move out of that relationship, because that relationship is not going to take you anywhere and it is not going to let you grow. Growth is the most important thing, and toxic relationships won't let you do that. Toxic relationships not only contribute into harming you but also contribute into having mental illnesses. People go into depressions because of that. Why is it so important to be in a toxic relationship and harm yourself, rather than you can get out of it and you can work on your self-esteem and be confident enough to live life on your own terms. The next one is the medical problems. It is but obvious that if a person is not feeling well physically, it will affect him mentally. If you are not feeling well physically, it is going to affect your mental health. That's why it is said that if you have some kind of medical or mental problems, you should communicate with someone whom you trust. If you share what your thoughts are, they will surely help you. And moreover, if you have some kind of medical problems, it will lead into low self-esteem, because you will think that you are not capable or worthy enough to do some things in your life. And it is important that you get cured and you share your traumas with your friends so that they can help you overcome the problems very soon. The last segment of the podcast is tips to improve your self-esteem. The first one is to surround yourself with positive people. Positivity of mind is very important. Not only in your mind, but positivity in your life is very important. If you do not follow positivity, you will always fall into traps such as low self-esteem and low self-worth. Be around the people who make you feel happy and who make you feel worthy enough. Also, if you are surrounded by happy people and positive people, they share their thoughts with you, which will be inculcated in your mind, and it will help you come out of any kind of trauma if you have. To try bringing positive energy in your life, you will see a change in your life and you will start loving yourself. And once you start loving yourself, self-esteem, self-confidence, self-worth and everything will follow. Next one is to do what makes you happy. If watching a movie once a week makes you happy, you should do that, because in the world where we are living now, everybody is hustling very hard towards their goals. It is important that you take a small break, because if you do not take a break and you keep hustling, your body and your mind will get tired someday and even may get exhausted. So if watching a movie or going out for a game or going for a mini vacation makes you happy, you should surely do that, because that will help in gaining back the self-confidence and the self-esteem you have. The next one is to stop comparing yourself with others. This is the thing which we must be doing from our childhood days, comparing ourselves and comparing our marks with others. It is not important in life. If you keep comparing yourself with others, you will always have the mentality of seeing what others have and comparing with them. If someone has achieved more than you, it does not mean that you cannot achieve the same. Maybe sometimes you may achieve something greater. And even if you didn't achieve that, we must always remember that the person in front of us with whom we are comparing has a different life and we have a different life. Everybody has a different life and different goals. If he has achieved something earlier, does not mean that you cannot achieve it. Maybe it will take time, but you will always succeed. So comparing yourself with others will always bring negativity in your life. So stop doing that. As we spoke about surrounding yourself with positive people, one of the most important things in that is to practice positive self-talks. The best friend you will ever have is yourself. If you do not talk to yourself, you will always lack something in life. Have positive self-talks. Take a break, sit down and talk with yourself. Look at where you are lacking and what needs to be maintained, what needs to be repaired in you, and what skills needs to be learned. When you talk with yourself, you will have more knowledge about yourself and nobody else can tell you about it. If you know well about yourself, you have a high self-knowledge which will help you gain high self-confidence and high self-esteem. The next one is to face your fears. The fear of judgment, the fear of rejection, the fear of trying, everything. You have to face your fears one or the other day. Because if you try being in your comfort zone and you don't come out of it, you will never be able to succeed in your life. At any point of time, and maybe at every point of time, you may get a situation where you have to come out and you have to face your fears. At that time, you won't be able to sit down quietly and let that opportunity go. You have to grab that opportunity by facing your fears. So it is important to face your fears in order to gain your self-esteem back. The next one is to believe in yourself. If you believe in yourself, what else do you need? If you trust all the abilities, knowledge and skills you have, what more do you want in life? If you believe in yourself, you can achieve everything in this life. Just make a target and work towards it. You will always get what you want and you will be successful in your life. Believing in yourself is important because if you are working towards your goal and you do not think that you won't be able to achieve it, there is no use in doing that, because any which ways you are going to fail. Failing to get some kind of lessons in is okay, but if you do not believe in yourself and that's why you are failing, it is a very bad problem. It is because you have low self-esteem and low self-worth. So always believe in yourself and work hard towards your goal. The next one is to identify your inner critics. Critics always find the mistake in you and they tell you where you are going wrong. So it is important that you find your inner critic so that you can work hard upon it and you can correct all the mistakes you are doing. If we find people who are always criticizing you, we may get hurt. But if you find your inner critic, you will work harder towards correcting the mistakes you are doing. So find it and work on it. The next step is to meditate. This is a thing which I will recommend and suggest everybody of you to try at least once in life. Meditation changes the whole game plan. If you meditate, your life will change drastically and you will notice it. Meditation brings you peace. It brings you self-love. It brings you all kind of satisfaction in life. If you practice meditation, you will find yourself at a calmer place. please try meditation and it will help you grow your self-esteem and self-confidence. The last one is to write a key plan and to track your progresses. In order to reach somewhere, you need to have a plan, and in order to follow that plan, you need to keep a track on your progress. If you do not keep track of your progress, you won't know where you are going wrong until where you have reached. So, in order to have everything in handy, you should keep a track of the progress and you should have a key plan towards it, because if you do not have a plan, you will not be able to move forward and succeed in life. So this was the end of the podcast. Please let me know how did you like it. Please like, share and subscribe to my channel, which is Unwind and Connect. Comment down below how did you like my episode. Your comments motivate me a lot. So please do not forget to comment down below how did you like today's episode. And I will see you on next Sunday with a brand new episode. Thank you for watching. See you next Sunday. Until then, keep smiling and do not forget to be kind to everyone around you. Remember, it is very important. Bye-bye.